We have new pictures and information about the upcoming content for the Hamburg DLC. There's also one feature I am especially excited about, so stay tuned. As we already know, the Hamburg map will be expanded. We are getting two completely new lines, line 7 and line 277. And line 17 will be completed as well, because right now we only have roughly half of it. Let's look at what that means on the map. At the moment, there is basically one long corridor from the southwest at Feldstraße up to Barmbek in the northeast. After community feedback about limited content, Halycon decided to push further north. Now, you might ask why they are going north instead of deeper into the city center. Well, there are two reasons. Building dense inner city areas takes a lot of time, which would in fact delay any new content. And many players also want the full route of line 17 to Berne, which also goes north. So the decision to expand towards the north makes a lot of sense. To make that work, they are adding line 7 and line 277. Line 7 starts exactly where line 17 currently ends at Barmbek and continues north to the outskirts, finishing in Stalsoop. Line 277 shares most of that route and then turns west near the top to reach Ruwoldsweg. That overlap makes it efficient to build both lines together. The terminal stop of line 277 is close to the bus depot Alsterdorf. So Halycon is also building the connecting road and including the depot itself, which is amazing news because it means we can finally start a shift at a depot. It could also tie into the new economy mode for later, but that depends on how TML plans to implement that. We also got images of the depot itself. It is a fairly large area with many parking bays and charging stations. It is still early, but the models already look very promising. Now to line 17. The plan is to complete it in 4 stages. From Barmbek, line 17 follows a slightly different route than line 7 and 277, so stage 1 covers the section from Barmbek to the point where line 17 meets those two lines. Stage 2 continues along the shared segment with line 7 and then runs to Barmfelder-Dorfplatz. Here you can see why lines 7 and 277 are being built first, because a big chunk of that work is shared. Stage 3 pushes further northeast to Karlshöhe. Stage 4 finishes the line all the way to Berne, which roughly doubles the current length. Oh, and if you are enjoying this video so far, pushing the like button would really help. And if you want more videos about the bus, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. Thanks, and back to the video. We also received some very nice building previews. You can clearly see Halycon's focus on accuracy and quality. They are recreating buildings along the route in great detail, even down to the logos on shops and businesses. By the way, they apparently are also using custom Unreal Engine blueprints which they developed themselves. That lets them create a wide variety of building types quickly, which should reduce repetition along the route and make the streets feel more believable. In terms of order, the current plan is to release line 7 first, then line 277, then the depot, and after that the staged expansion of line 17. Now to the feature I am most excited about. Right now we drive base game buses from Berlin, which means we are using the e-tron ticket printer system. That is realistic for Berlin, but in Hamburg the operator uses Almex. I already showed you the mod by Simplay and Funky that brings an Almex styled interface into the game, but which still had its limitations. Here's the big news. Those modders are now working with Halycon on an official Almex implementation that will be in the game natively. That means the real user interface and a proper printer model, which most likely can be equipped in the bus modification menu. I cannot wait to try it because details like that make a huge difference for immersion. And that is all the information we have so far. And honestly, it is way more than I expected. It is great to see that Halycon continues to invest in this DLC after release. Keep in mind that all these updates are planned as free content. Also, the expansion strategy makes a lot of sense to me. I would still love to see more city center content at some point, and even if that needs to be a paid add-on because of the workload, I would actually be quite fine with that. Now, tell me what you think down below in the comments. Or you can also join our Discord server and discuss it over there with our new community. The link for that is down below in the description. Alright, with that being said, see you in the next one.